All right, here we are, testing. Okay, so this is my new Yaesu FT-710, and it's going into a dummy load, and it's coming out. My Hermes light is receiving it, as you can see here. This is the stock hand mic, and the EQ is shut off. And this is the factory settings. I've got the hand mic set at 65. I got the microphone gain at 65, and the EQ is shut off. And I'm going to turn the EQ on without the processor. I'm going to turn the EQ on for the EQ settings I put in it. Now, when you buy this radio, you take it out of the box, it's brand new. The EQ settings are all set to 0. So if you turn on the EQ, nothing different is going to happen, and you're going to sound like this if you're using a stock microphone. Before I turn the EQ on, though, wait a minute. I'm going to switch over to my Yaesu MD100 desk mic, so you can quickly hear the difference with the EQ turned off. Hang on. Okay, desk mic is on. We're on the desk mic, and I can already see more energy in the higher frequency level. We're on lower sideband, but the higher frequency level is towards the right of the green shaded area. And if I do a 2 stutter, this is, and again, the equalizer is not on. If I do a 2 stutter, about 5/9, and in the 222, maybe S6, 2222222. If I look at it, maybe S7. So there's about let's see, 2 S units and plus maybe 6 more dB. So there's about 18 dB difference between the low frequencies, which are peaking, and the high frequencies. Not quite flat, but so that's what not quite flat with 18 dB sounds like of deviation in the frequency response. Now if I switch on the equalizer, there, we just turned the equalizer on, and the high frequency stuff over to the right is much more energy. Yay! 222, maybe 6 dB difference from the low frequencies. Low frequencies are still about 6 dB higher, but 222, I think there's more comprehension with this way that the way I've got the equalizer set up. Now I'm going to go back to the hand mic, and I'm going to turn the equalizer off, and I'm going to go back to the hand mic. And this is the hand mic. Yeah, comprehension level is pretty low because look at all the lack of high frequency audio frequencies. The audio is not flat. It's a very high energy on the bass, and then way over to the right of the green shaded area is not a lot of energy, and the high frequency energy is peaking about S5, S6. So we'll go S6, and from S6 to 10/9, that's 3. That's 18. Yeah, no, 3 times 6. Yeah, 18, and another 10. That's 28 dB of difference. So the deviation is 28 dB in the linearity of the audio frequency response. If I turn on the EQ, the way I've got it set, and we'll get into that in a minute. This is with the EQ on, I think. Yep. And again, the mic gain is set at 65, and but it's not as good as the MD100. The MD100 has a few more highs, along with some decent tight lows. The low frequencies here aren't as tight. In other words, they're going to be a little bit more muddy, but the equalizer can fix some of that. Not all of it, but a lot of it. And so this is what you get with the way I got the settings on the equalizer and the stock hand mic that comes with the FT-710. And I'm going to read off. I'm going to hit my operation settings, and I'm going to read off my TX audio Okay, low frequency parametric 1. Now this is not the processor. This is parametric 1, that what I've been turning on and off. It's set at 100 hertz. And then the level of parametric 1 is set at 5. And the level of no, the parametric bandwidth is set at 10. So 10 is a very narrow bandwidth. 5 is a medium gain, and 100 is a low frequency. Now I got to stop transmitting so I can. Oh, okay. So parametric 2 is 700 hertz. And I got to stop transmitting so I can change it and read it off. Okay, now I can run it up. They won't let you change it. They won't let you change things while you're transmitting. Huh. Okay. So anyway, parametric EQ2 is 700. Parametric EQ level 2 is minus 20. I got that baby down. And parametric EQ bandwidth is at 7. So it's mediocre bandwidth. It's not very wide, but it's not real narrow. Parametric 3 is set at 1900 hertz, and parametric EQ3 level is 10. That's boosted all the way up, the opposite of EQ2, and the bandwidth is set at 1 for the widest bandwidth. So that's the stuff that you're hearing at the higher audio frequencies way over to the right. And again, this is the stock hand mic, and I'm going to switch it back to the desk mic. Okay, back to the desk hand mic. That's yeah. So that's what that guy's got. And if I get out of this, I got to get back. And if I go to my processor. Okay. Now I've got the EQ settings are a little bit different in the processor, which is kind of neat because you can go from non-processor on audio and you can give it a whole different EQ, and then you can go to processor EQ and you can give it, like I said, a different EQ. So this was a little bit different, and I'm going to turn it on. Right now it's off. Oh yeah, I did that thing. Here, okay. Now it's coming up. That's 65 on the processor. Hello. Wow, look at the hello. Just about equal now with the low frequencies. So the high frequency two-stutter and the low frequency two-stutters are about equal, and I can turn this processing down. And I'm getting on the ALC, it's getting really close to the blue, not quite in the blue. And I'm only running 5 watts in my dummy load. And then there's a gimmick couple for the Hermes lite, so you're just getting the proper response here. And there seems to be some energy. Let's see what that is. There seems to be some energy right out here. Maybe I don't have my filter set right. I gotta do that. Okay, I got the filter set all right over here. Well, according to this, I got some energy out here at 3200. And hello, okay, so the bandwidth is set at, there's 39. So the bandwidth on my Hermes is 3248. And and there's some energy out here. I'm kind of surprised about that real high frequency energy being out there at 32 instead of 31, because the bandwidth setting of the transmitter is 50 to 3150. Maybe that's about right. That's no big deal. And if I was on the air and splattering somebody that was 3 kcs away, that might give them a little. If they're close in and they got a good signal on me, they might get a little. And then all I got to do is go over to the bandwidth and Let's see if I can do that. Hit the function button, and the bandwidth is set in radio settings, I think. Yep, and here it is. No, it's not. Is it? Yeah, that's receive bandwidth. And I go back to operation settings, TX audio. And I'm going to have to fool around and find that. I don't know where it's at. There is a bandwidth setting for the transmitter. Yeah, believe me. Right now I can't find it, and I'm going to take up a lot of recording time, and you don't want to wait around for me. So anyway, this is it for right now. I got to fix I was going to do a 5 microphones, and I got this adapter cable that adapts 2 of my ICOM mics over to the Yaesu. Oh, I got it on the air. I started listening to it before I started recording, and the cable I got off from eBay, it looks nice, it works great, except it's not shielded, so it picks up all kinds of hum, and you don't want to listen to that. And then my D104, it worked fine the other day. The cartridge is kaputty. It's weird. Sounds really bad. It's like going to a used car dealer and they're showing you a car that's been sitting on the lot for a couple of months, and they tell you that it ran just perfect a couple of months ago. Yeah. Anyway, 7-3 for me, KB8KCO. Hopefully this is some good information for you to make a decision. Bye.